Hi everyone, it's officially 2015, so I thought I would do a kind of reflection on 2014. 2014 was a pretty good year, if I'm honest. I think it might be one of my favourite years in a while. Like, I've accomplished quite a lot, I'd like to think. Notes, just in case I forget. I'm probably going to forget loads of important stuff. I went abroad with my boyfriend for the first time and it was a really spontaneous thing. We went to Paris in February for a day and we got the coach, and it was something like a 14-hour coach overnight. We were there for maybe 11 hours and we got a 14-hour coach back again. And it was just one of those things. It was just really nice because it was really spontaneous. Like, I think we decided 4 days before we went to go, and it was nice, and I was somewhere I've never been before. Like, I've been to France, but I'd never been to Paris. I can't describe these things. It's just something that happened in 2014 that I was happy with. That was just a really cool experience. We got to do lots of cool stuff. Like, we got to go up the Eiffel Tower and go to the Louvre. I'm pronouncing that wrong probably, but you know, I think we managed to fit so many touristy things into such a short space of time. We were absolutely knackered, but it was so much fun. The next really good thing was probably, again, it's going abroad, but hey, it was going to California. Like, this was something that me and my friend Shaun, we've been planning for like months and months, and we've been talking about it for like a year before, and it was kind of one of those things that was more of a daydream than something that would actually happen. And then obviously, like, it actually happens, and it was just the best holiday like I could have ever had. I went with my friend Shaun, as I said, my friend Shout, and then my boyfriend, and it was the first time I've properly been away without going anywhere with like an adult, which I know sounds stupid because I am an adult, but like, it's the first time I've not been away like on a school trip or with my family, or I'm not counting the day trip to Paris, so. And it was just so nice to have that kind of responsibility to do everything. I booked a lot of stuff and I kind of felt really responsible, and I don't even know, I'm just like tooting my own horn a bit, but do you mind? But yeah, it was just nice, and it just made me feel good to be able to do all these things and like be able to have everything in structure so that I could even go to California. I think I made the right decision, but a lot of people my age, they get student loans for being at university, and they will blow their student loans on alcohol and nights out. I mean, I've blown my student loan as well, don't get me wrong, like I've blown it on gigs, clothes, my Mac, and then this trip, but I think it's so much more enriching than just spending it on nights out and stuff. Like, to go all the way to California, it was worth saving. So many things happened on that trip to California that just made my entire year. We went to Warped Tour twice, which was amazing because I've wanted to go to Warped Tour ever since I was like 12 years old, and literally words cannot even explain how happy I was. It was exactly what I'd hoped it would be, and it was not disappointing in the slightest. It was so much fun, so many good bands. I got to see bands that I've loved for years and I never thought I'd see. I think mainly, like, I saw a lot of bands that I love, but the #1 band was the Ready Set for me, because that's a band who I've literally loved for like 6-7 years, and I didn't really expect to ever see them because they've never come to England, and they're one of those bands that I'm like, oh yeah, we're coming to England, and they just don't. And that to me was just amazing, and I got to meet Jordan as well, and that was pretty cool. And obviously I got to see like a bunch of other bands that I love. Got to see Cute Is What We Aim For, another band I didn't think I'd ever see, and then just like some of my favourite bands like The Main, With You and Crowd, and just stuff like that. It was just really nice. I got to meet Juliet Sims, and I've like loved Automatic Love Letter for ages, and that's another person I never thought I'd see, let alone meet, and that was completely by chance. That was amazing, and it was just, I don't even know, it was just amazing, so much better than everything we have here in the UK. Like, everyone always says that Slam Dunk is the equivalent, and it's not. Like, it's maybe the closest thing we have, but it's nothing like Warped Tour at all. It's crazy. So that was really special to me. And another thing about going to America that was special was going to Vidcon. And Vidcon itself was alright. There was some highs, some lows. It wasn't the best thing I've ever been to in my life. But what more so was great about it was, obviously, like, it was great to meet all the YouTubers, and they were all so lovely, and it was a really nice experience that way. But mostly because I remember being like 13, I would sit in class with my friend, and we both like made YouTube videos, and we both loved YouTube. We'd be like, oh yeah, like, when we're older we really want to go to Vidcon and stuff like that. And it was always, again, one of those things that doesn't seem obtainable, and the fact that I actually got to go to Vidcon, like, is crazy to me. It was just so good, and I got to do stuff like, I got to see the Fault in Our Stars the first time, which was amazing, but what made it so special was that I got to watch it, and like John Green gave a speech beforehand, and, like, and he was in the room and watching it, and that was just really special because I love the book and I love the film. Something like that you can't really, I don't know what the word is, I'm going like dumb, but you can't have that experience unless you've had it. Like, it's just something that I think was quite unique to the people in that room. Okay, a couple thousand, but it was still, especially for me, like someone that's not even from America, I just love my trip to America so much. This whole thing, that's like the pinnacle of my year. But like going to Disneyland for the first time, something I wanted to do since I was young. My entire childhood I wanted to go, we could never afford to go. I was literally like a small child, like I loved it so much, and I don't think it matters. Everyone was like, "Are you sure for Disneyland?" No, I don't think there's an age limit. I think the magic's real as long as you want it to be real. And then going to Warner Brothers was cool as well. Like I would love to work for someone like Warner Brothers and to go and see all the movie sets. It was so cool. Like the last time I went to California was 4 years ago, and I did Universal then, so I didn't want to do that again. I did Warner instead, and it was just amazing. So we got to see like the Friends set and walk around the Pretty Little Liars set, and like they're two of my favourite TV shows. Like Friends is my all-time favourite TV show that I could just watch again and again and again all the time, and then Pretty Little Liars is my favourite now. And to be able to just see those, it was just amazing, and it just further kind of cements what I want to do. Starting university, obviously I study media and I wanted to do a bunch of different things, and then now I am leaning more towards TV, and stuff like that kind of really helps push me towards it and know that that's kind of more so what I want to do. Oh yeah, and speaking of like TV and stuff, like I should have probably started off with this, but I quite like the fact that I've started to make YouTube videos again, which is something that I used to love doing, and then I let like kind of, I suppose, my own insecurities put me off it, because I was always afraid of what people would say if they saw them, what people would kind of take the piss a little bit. But then I just kind of realised it doesn't matter. Like people don't really care that much about your life to care what you're doing in your spare time. I've done so much this year and I feel like I'm just forgetting all of it, but it's just been such a great year. I got my first ever like job. I mean, I've had jobs before, but they've always been unpaid internships or volunteer work, and I've actually had my first like job, like I go do the job, get paid. Like it was good, and I enjoyed the fact it was my first ever job, and it was as a Christmas elf in a grotto, and I like that for the rest of my life. When people are like, "Oh, what was the first job you ever have?" I'm assuming people will ask, and to be able to say, "Oh, I was an elf," I just think that's cool, and it was such a fun little job, and I worked with such lovely people, and it was just a really nice experience, and obviously it was great to get paid as well. I think that's it, that's all I've got on my paper. Anyway, like, so what else happened? Reading Festival, that was amazing. I've been 3 years in a row and that was the best year by far. Like, went with an amazing group of people, got to see bands I've wanted to see for ages, like Arctic Monkeys, got to see my favourite bands like Paramore and Blink, and then like the only one of my favourite bands that wasn't there was All Time Low, and then I saw Yumi at 6 and Alex Galskov came out and did like a little cameo, and it was just like, that was an amazing time. And just a lot of my favourite things are pretty much about travel and music this year, but I don't even know. I'm just like yelling things that make me happy, but it was just a genuinely like good year, and I really hope that next year can, well this year, 2015, can kind of follow suit. Like I'd like to go away again this year somewhere nice. I'd like to do more music-y stuff this year and maybe get like an actual job in media rather than just doing it as a hobby and then getting jobs as elves and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of a waffly video, but it's quite personal, which I think is nice because I don't think I've really done a video like this on this channel. I hope it wasn't just weird mind spits, but hey. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna end this now because the sun is set and I look really like orange because of the fairy lights. Okay, bye.